We're here with his beautiful car. Nick, what you building?
94 Mustang GT, Canary Yellow. It's been an ongoing project. Had the car for 7 years now. Basically bought the car or something to kind of take my mind off of what my divorce was at the time 7 years ago, and was a great tool for me to help me with that. So we got the car, drove it around stock as a board for the first year in not exactly, but
So, where are you at this point?
at this particular point, we're got the driveline out of the car right now. So we're doing a little bit of a rebuild on the T5 here, and we're gonna new clutch, new faceplate for the T5, and some seals and whatnot. It's the T5 is actually in pretty decent shape considering. And then the motor here, we pulled it out, added some jam to her. So we did basically it's a heads and cam package on it. So I did aluminum heads on it. Got a set of PW heads, which are Canadian locally built. So that's kind of why I went that direction, to support local. I got an Anderson cam, so we went with a smaller company cam. Lots of great reviews on this cam and whatnot. It's specifically designed to work with the factory 302 bottom end, which I really like, because there's a lot of issues with a lot of cams in these engines. So I did that Edelbrock intake, new intake for it. I got a new balancer for her, and got the valve train's all upgraded and everything. So got the comp rockers and whatnot on her, so should be good. Nice and flawless. We went with the I went with the Magnum so the Chromoly Magnum rockers. They're obviously not set up right now because we have no push rods in the engine. And yeah, Howard springs and retainers and all that good stuff. ARP bolts, and we got the ARP all the way through it basically on this build. She's got some multi-layer MLS gaskets in it, which are way overkill, which would be great. So I don't have to worry about blowing a gasket or anything like that. Basically new hardware all the way through. The only thing that's factory in this engine anymore is going to be the crank rods and pistons, and that is it.
Wow.
So yeah. So we're gonna be sticking NA with this build, at least for this year anyhow, and hopefully it'll go good.
Well, it's going to be quite a change from last season. I remember what we had last season. This is going to be quite the little monster this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping to pick up about 100 horsepower with this setup.
So is that your end goal in this? Is it to gain 100?
My end goal is 300 wheel horsepower with this car. I am definitely pushing my luck with that number, but I hope to meet it. And then we're going to do some, corresponding upgrades to the car itself. So we're going to do a set of rear end gears in it. So we're going from a 273 to a 373 gear in the rear end. Nice. It's already got an upgraded Cobra locker in it, which we actually did a custom clutch pack setup in it. And then some of the existing modifications to the car, I mean, it's got a full suspension setup on it. Coilovers in the front, tubular A-arms. We've got fully adjustable trailing arms in the back, on the outside and inside. All Maximum Motorsports stuff. Car handles really well. It turns really well. It's very responsive. It's rough as hell.
You'll see that in some of the video shots we have from last season.
It's a pretty all around nice car.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
I love it too, brother.
The thing I really like about this car is just the way it's set up. It is relatively trouble free. Like, I started up in the spring and it's like a daily driver. I do my oil changes and whatnot, and she just takes it.
Oh yeah.
And keeps coming back day after day. So
that's the thing. You've been out with me every season, and yeah, you bang on it just like I bang on the Rizzo, and she just keeps coming back for more.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah. There's something I don't know. She gets a little He seems to pick up about 10 horsepower when I'm around Rizzo.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that though, brother.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Now we have a lot of fun with this car. I think that it's kept me in a peace of mind, and I think the other biggest thing that I could take away this car is I'm teaching my son the hobby and whatnot, and this is what's getting him into the projects and whatnot. And now he wants his own Mustang for a lot of reasons. I'm assuming one, his old man's got a Mustang, but he comes out to almost every meet I'm out.
That's the great thing about him. We see Wes all the time. It's excellent.
Yeah. And he's got this desire to want to be part of the one of the boys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's right now he's got his eye on a couple of notch body foxes.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that he's into the old school stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just me.
Well, he's a great young guy.
Oh,
He's a great young man to have out and have around with us.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot as a father.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things. I mean, besides the camaraderie and screw the cars. I mean, the people you get to meet and the connections that you've made and whatnot. And I mean, Christ, was I not a member of the club for 2 months when we had Wesley's birthday meet?
That's correct.
Yeah, and I mean, how many people showed up? I didn't even know half these people, and they showed up. So, yeah, I mean, that's
the car community for you. We all look up for each other. We're all there to be a community and change the culture.
That's right, in a positive way.
That's correct.
So yeah, that's kind of what I take away. I mean, I've had a lot of guys out of this club I haven't known for a year that have come out of the woodwork. You need help and moving and so forth and so on. I've never had that. I mean, I've been a part of a few clubs in this city now, and nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's been awesome and the club we're talking about is Darkhorse's Mustang Club, which was started by a buddy of ours, Jamie Hobby, which was a great thing he did. So
it is. Yeah. And I mean, it's expanded from that, and people are getting into their own things and whatnot. But I see a lot of it has been kind of propelled by this group.
That's right.
Yeah.
It has been.
Yeah.
So what do you have left, brother? What do you have left that you want to get done before you put her on the street this spring?
So what we got left to do, the engine is just about complete. I am unfortunately waiting for parts. Push rods are my major setback right now, and then I gotta get the motor complete. The manifold's not bolted on or anything right now. I'm just kind of doing that for show. And a little bit of wiring, some cleanup. I've got a can of custom paint coming, so I can touch up the inside of the engine bay and whatnot. And after we get this done, we're gonna fire it in. I'm just gonna do the quick modifications to the transmission, put the faceplate on it and whatnot, and we'll put the tranny in, then I'll put the engine in, and put it all together. And then it's just a matter of buttoning it up and whatnot. So honestly, there's not a whole lot of work left to do.
Yeah.
We're probably 80% there.
Yeah. That's what's going to be great. I know it's going to be on the street with me this spring, and I can't wait to run with her.
Well, my goal, May 1st, that's my goal. So we're going to be, I'm hoping to be on the dyno the last 2 weeks of April, and we're going to do a good tune on it and refine it, and she's going to get the moon tune. And nothing in between. It's moon or nothing. so yeah, we're gonna send it this year, man.
Yeah, we like to be loud here. We like to be loud. Yeah, we like to be known. So, what would you like anyone who is thinking of getting into building a ride? What is one thing you would like to tell them?
If you're looking into a car, I mean, biggest thing that I would say is find something you're into. Everybody's gonna tell you that Mustangs suck, Hondas suck, this sucks, that sucks, don't buy a front wheel drive, blah, 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 blah. Buy something that speaks to you and go from there. Because when you got the car that speaks to you, it's not just a car, it's an extension of yourself. So that would be my biggest thing, and just build your ride for yourself.
Exactly. That's why I tell everybody every day, it's your ride, who cares?
Build your ride for yourself. Don't build it for someone else. I ask everybody, my biggest thing is I'm a big, what do you think? What do you think? I like to ask questions. I like to get that input from everybody, and then I kind of take my decision from there.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
There's not any single person that's influenced my ride besides me.
Awesome. That's awesome, and you can see it, when you're out with Nick, and you'll see it a lot this spring when we get out in this summer when we're doing our rips and getting together, you'll be seeing a lot of this car. So be prepared. All right, well, I'd like to thank you very much, brother, for being a part of this with me.
Awesome, I'm glad to be here.
Episode 1, Nick Harding.
Awesome.
And the Stang. All right, we're back with Nick, and we're here with 10 questions. And the first question we're going to ask you, Nick, is what inspired your love for the automobile?
Always been into cars. I'd have to say it started with my old man. You know, I remember me and him way back in the day when we lived in Falcon Ridge, and I'd be sitting on the inside fender of his old Dodge while he was working away on that old 318. Yeah, that old truck, I guess that's what really started my love for it. I know. It was a 78 D100. His nickname was Barf. So you can imagine what the truck looked like.
That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I have my girl Rizzo. Do you have a name for your ride?
I actually do not. It's right now we just call it the 94. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm terrible at naming my vehicles. I've come up with a good couple names for a few of my vehicles, but I've never come up with anything that really stuck with this car.
For your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get that. You know, that Rizzo's the first one I named out of any vehicle I've ever owned, so I can totally get you there. If you could drive one car for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Oh man. Here's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Right now, at this point in time, if I could have one car, it would be a Mustang, and I've got a real love for the new GT350R right now. I think it is an absolutely fantastic car, all around, lots of horsepower, you know, massive good looks, handling. You know, anybody who I've talked to who's owned one says they're just an absolute awesome, wonderful car to drive.
Still have the manual too. That's
Absolutely.
a beauty part.
Yeah,
You know?
wouldn't sell that for nothing, man.
No way. No, that's a beautiful car. I agree.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. And of all the cars you produced, actually, out of all the cars produced out there in the world, which one would you pick to never have been produced? One that you'd like to see never built.
Oh, that's a thick question too.
Yeah.
The PT Cruiser can go down the road, that's for freaking sure. Along with the HHR right after it.
Yeah. Not my favorite of cars either. I can agree with you there. I can totally agree with you there. If there is, who was your favorite now or in the past for a race car driver of all time?
That would be a toss-up between old school John Force. I'm not a big fan of him anymore, but I used to be a huge fan of John Force, and come on, do it for Dale, baby. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt, man, he's the man.
Yep, for North American, that's, for me, NASCAR, it's Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, if we want to go to international, I'd say like Fittipaldi.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
Those guys, they got their shit together too.
Right on, brother. That's awesome. What track that exists would be your dream to race on?
Boy, that's I mean, if we're going to, if we were like speaking like drag racing.
Any track you want.
I would love to go to the Strip.
Right on.
In Vegas. The new 4-wide Strip in Vegas. I mean,
For Speed Week?
Yeah, those guys have got it going on down there. So yeah, and then I mean, if we were road course, I'd love to check out Circuit of Americas.
Yes.
And you know, we got to go to Germany for some of those tracks out in Germany, man.
Yeah. Nürburgring's definitely one that.
Ring and Le Mans in France, like that'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic. Hopefully we can do that one day together, brother.
Oh, I'd be so in for that.
Yeah. If you had to name your child after an automobile, what would the child's name be?
Maybe Marquis?
Ooh, good choice. Not what I expected. Awesome choice. I like that one. All right. If you could pick any person to be your driver, who would you hire?
What kind of racing are we doing?
Well, it's just driver overall, everyday driver.
Well, we get Junior behind the wheel. That'd be pretty sweet. Or even a Ride with Smoke.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, or I'm going a lot of NASCAR drivers because I'm a NASCAR fan. But you know, Jeff is another one. I love those commercials he did when he scared the crap out of that freaking salesman.
Yeah.
I'd love to go for a ride like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would definitely be cool. Top speed, you or yourself have ever been driven?
Estimated 340 kilometers an hour. Unfortunately, the speedo was way past what it was saying, so it was kind of in the black area. So we kind of took the marks and guessed, and yeah. And that was actually in a Cobalt SS at all things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty snappy little front-wheel drive
that car
superchargers.
would not stop accelerating. It was nuts.
Yep, people don't know what kind of a little hot car those little things are, man.
It
They're
was
pretty
a lot
tough.
of fun.
Okay, if you could create a fuel for running vehicles, what would that fuel be?
I would probably stick with a gasoline-based high octane with something a little special in it. Reason being is that alcohols are really difficult to deal with and whatnot, and I've actually experienced it firsthand where I've had my entire fuel system fail because of corn-based ethanol fuels. So that makes me not a very big fan of alcohol-based fuels.
Yeah.
So I would probably go a high octane, like a C14 with a little spice in it.
For sure, definitely. Well, thank you very much for answering the questions. Thank you for your time. Thank
No
you for
problem.
showing us your ride.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
And can't wait to get him back here and give everybody another episode when he's done up and finished and get it out on the street and show everybody what this little...
We'll give you guys a point of view ride in this car when she's done in a couple months.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, everybody, you guys all have a great night. We'll see you again. Come back to Wrath of Cars anytime. Hit the like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you soon. Have a great night, everyone.